for the thumbs up and thank you for the likes. I guess this means a lot to the world. So, yeah, do all that. Hey, Vicky Crystal Lynn, we're going to do YouTube Live and we're going to talk about the portals. But yeah, they are kind of like portals of yourself. But we're going to talk about the, man, it's like my guides are here already and they're just taking everything from me. So if you guys have watched my channel before, I channel, and so morning, Catherine, and what, Fernando, and Tony, and Caitlin, and Chad. Hey, Tony and Chad, how are you guys doing? Beautiful soul, Doreen. How are you guys doing, Oscar? I just feel all your love. And Jacqueline, hi, and Daryl. So I feel all your love. So what we're going to talk about the multi-dimensional self. And Josie, hey, beautiful. So on the multi-dimensional self, yesterday I went on a journey, and I went into a meditation, and it completely took me to where I wasn't even expecting to go. No medication, plant medication at all in me. Just I was just natural state of meditation. So when I went into this meditation, it was so powerful into the new earth energy, and I just kept breathing in and breathing in and breathing in this energy. So let's all connect to the new earth energy. So I want you to feel the experience as I did. So we're going to do a breath that I always bring forward in my videos, because breath centers your, and see they're already here, breath centers your it centers yourself, it balances your energy. So the breath is through the nose, in through your belly, deep into the new Gaia. So allow this to happen now. Breathe in now. One more time. One more time. Feel your energetic field right now. Feel yourself. My guides are present, Airion and Astron, and many other beings of light. You can feel this in your energetic field when you are tapping in. Well, I want to take you on an experience that happened to me yesterday. Hey, Paul. Yesterday I went into a meditation around 7:30. And in this meditation, it took me to, I was tree-like, I was anchored in, felt like a huge oak, like even bigger than an oak, and I felt abundant, like all my wings, and they were, like my leaves were, it just filled the tree. And it was like I was in two perceptions, like I could feel myself as being the tree, but I could see myself from a distance as the tree. And it was just like, I could see myself, and I could see myself merging, and I could feel my roots into New Gaia, and I could feel it vast. I could feel like the vastness of my roots. So as I was allowing to feel this, and it also felt like a willow tree, like I was swaying. And then, as I was looking at myself, it was like I had lights, like so lighter than the light that you can think of, just lit up the tree, all over the tree. And the tree was just light up, and then I could feel the lights on me, just all the lights of me. And I could feel the lights inside my roots, transmitting into my roots, and I could feel it into Gaia. I could just feel me just being me. And then as I was standing back again, looking at myself, I could see these lights like change into like translucent colors, like they were changing in such a beautiful way, and they were changing colors, like changing colors of the rainbow, but different colors of the rainbow, just all different colors. And I was just feeling them, the colors, like I felt them, and I was feeling them like emerging, like it was amazing. And so as I was allowing this experience to take place, this bird landed on me. It was because I was a tree and I was a branch, and this bird landed on my branch, and the bird was of light, but the colors of the light was so light. It was so light. It was like a light I can't even explain. And this bird was communicating with me. And I remember that the bird was telling me stuff. I can't remember what the bird was merging with me. And then it just merged, it just like engulfed into the branch of myself. And then I seen myself, and I was the bird, and I was in space. I was in like space. It was dark all around, but there was colors, like lights of color everywhere. But it felt more like crystals, like crystals of lights, but rainbow crystals of lights. Like I was under Gaia. That's what I felt like. I was under Gaia. And so I was just allowing myself to just feel this emergence of this bird, and then I see myself as a bird, and I was changing color. Like the bird was changing colors, and then I felt this energy of my throat just merging with my throat. And I remember that then in myself I turned back into a human. And then but I could still feel the bird, like the bird merged with me. And then I felt my throat presence, even like right now tuning into it, I could feel my throat presence. And then I could feel myself like merging into, like I feel I'm in space, but I'm in Gaia, and I could feel my roots and everything connected. But I still felt myself like an interspace, like Middle Earth space. So as I was allowing myself to see this, I got to see all pieces of me, like all pieces of the merging of me. And I learned this early on. Early on, I learned that, we're all created and we're all multifaceted. So as you're making decisions, and that decision is still existing, it's just, breaking off from you, and it's still having its own experience. It's a piece of you, but just having another experience in another dimension. Well, that's what I got to experience in its wholeness. For the first time, I got to feel it, each piece of me breaking off and going into another dimension as I was making my decisions. And that's what happens. We do it hundreds of times sometimes through the day. You're making a decision, so you're letting go of that decision. You're in a doneness. You're letting go of that decision. Well, that decision is still having its experience. There's still a piece of you having that experience, and it goes into another experience. So I went into this. All like through my beingness, through my awareness of what all does that mean, of the multifaceted that we're creating, And I was amazed that I didn't feel like I was creating, it was being put into space. I felt like it was being created and put into multi-dimensions here on Earth. Like all the thousands and thousands of dimensions of us, of all pieces of us that are taking place each day that you are breaking apart. So, but I feel they're rooted into new Gaia and into Gaia, and then they're having their own experience into another dimension of yourself. And not to get locked into that you're that multifaceted. I would call it, because it's multifaceted, yeah, that's a word, but it doesn't really resonate with me. It feels like an extension of you. So you're breaking off that extension of you, and it's just taking its own journey of you. Because you're coming forth, you're having your own experience, but you want to have your experience in its wholeness. So it's going to have it in its wholeness. So there's thousands of you that you are creating, that you are breaking off through each decision that you are making each day. So I went a little bit deeper. I wanted to know, okay, as soon as I make that decision, is it created right then? Is it emotionally created right then, and then I'm stepping into the highest dimension of me? Because that's what I keep asking myself, to bring forth my highest dimension of me. So I'm always on the highest potential of whatever I'm bringing forth. So as my life has been shifting and changing, a lot of things have been falling away. So I've been just in allowance, that everything is should be, and then I've been tapping into my highest presence of me, and it's just even now so much more powerful. And the color and the light and the aha moments that I'm having are just so amazing. So as we're shifting into us, your multiverse is happening. So I checked in with my guides, because I wanted a little bit of more understanding of what this meant. Because I want to be on my highest potential. So then I was shown, because I'm hearing my highest potential of me, and I'm having the highest potential of this experience. I'm here. I'm doing it. So there's another being of me that's off doing something else, that's still being a hairdresser. But me right now, I'm doing the highest potential of my growth. And that is to let go of all that I was, to trust this process, no matter what it looks like. So I keep allowing my experience, and it is bringing forth so much in my life. So in this journey, it was showing me in the tree state of each piece of me how I'd broken up in all these pieces of me. And it also brought forward, which I brought up a video about fillers of the world, that not everybody is real, that we feel people in our life when we're at different places in our life. And I felt this before. I've had this experience many times. Have you ever been in a grocery store? I've been in a grocery store, or especially I really felt it at an airport. But I felt at the airport, especially in Dallas, and I brought forward this video. And when I was feeling into the energy, everybody didn't feel real. And I couldn't understand that. It didn't make sense to me. What went full circle today. And then I got an understanding of it. Because not everybody's on the same dimension. And there's some people just having their, just tasting the water. They're having their first experience. So you're calling them in, and they're just having their own experience at that time, and they're filling the space. So if you watch my video today, it'll bring it full circle. It'll make you understand a little bit more. It's a video I put out on YouTube today, Vicky Crystalline. So as we're tapping into our multiverse beingness, if you're here and now, you're at your highest potential of your journey. You're at the multiverse being that you are choosing to be. And there are pieces of you that are breaking away each decision that you make. And that each decision is still having an experience of you, because you came forward to have every experience that is known to your own presence. You do not even got to attach yourself to those presents. That would be very exhausting. But to be aware that you are creating this. You are creating this. The multiverse being that you are. So I asked Airion and Astron about this as I was in this present last night, about the multiverse being that I am. And I still felt myself in a tree state and in a human state at the same time. Like everything was merging, the butterflies. And why did I say butterflies? Wow, that's so funny. There was butterflies there too. Wow. I was going to say birds. Yes, wow, it is true. Wow, powerful. I love how that happens. But there's butterflies and birds, and I was merging with them all. Well, it's becoming me. I'm becoming who I am. So we are all living a multiverse every day as you're checking into your own beingness. It's happening all the time. So I asked Airion and that last night, when does this take place? When does it take place that we step into a new dimension? And they said sometimes it happens immediately. And sometimes as soon as you are having that doneness, as soon as you say done and you're allowing to be done of it, you're stepping into the new awareness of you. You can feel that energy right now in your heart. But sometimes you got to get it out of the way of yourself, because there's things that still attach yourself there. And so sometimes it happens to happen in dream state, because you're doing a lot of work in dream state too. So as you're walking through the dimensions of you, which is thousands of you, you are bringing forth the highest potential of you right now. If you're watching this, if you are being this, if you are being and checking in with your own awareness, you are being at your highest potential. Always. Always. Because you're here and now, having this experience. So, in that, what's happening with my experience, because I keep allowing my days to happen, I haven't dreamed for a very long time. Well, now, since the shift in me has happened, It's like now pinpoints, especially since they told me that I was the gatekeeper and that I am guiding and shifting people over into the Rainbow Bridge, which I've been having a lot of dreams of that. And Gaia and all the beings are merging with me and showing me that I'm there. And the rainbow that is coming through me is just so powerful. Feel it out your heart. It's just so powerful to believe that this is actually something that's really part of you, because the non-physical looks crazy. To truly see who you are, it looks a little crazy, maybe a lot for me. But anyway, I keep trusting and it keeps surfacing. Well, as I allow my experience, the beings become more and more of me. And then the attunements, because I meet so many beings, they're coming forward and I receive something from them. There's a blending, a bonding. You could feel it. And it shifts in me and it shifts in them. And I can't explain it. It's unexplainable. But you could feel it. So if you're feeling that it's time for that, don't slap yourself. It is time. So message me. Email me. Enough of that. But right now, we're shifting in to a whole new dimension of us. And for you, that's one of your abilities, to understand where you're at your frequency every time, every present moment. And that is through every day. And when you're feeling to the energies, like what's happening is my dream state is, because they're showing me so much, like Mother Gaia, like Astron, and all my guides are showing me so much. And then it's like I bring it into this day state. Like there's a merging there, and it's growing something there, and it's showing me there's a difference there in my day state. It's showing me, and we're all doing it. We're all doing it differently, but we're all doing it. You could feel it in your body. There's a shifting taking there, but it all happens within you. It's when you allow yourself to get out of the way of yourself and allow the merging to happen, then things start happening. Well, as I'm going through this journey of myself last night, I'm seeing all this self, but I still feel myself this morning as I wake in a tree. Well, let me tell you, last night I went into the meditation at 7:30. I woke up at 1:11 at 1:11 in the morning. I was blown away. I kept looking at the clock like, how can that be? How can that be? I didn't even miss time. It felt like I was there for like 30 minutes most. And I was like, I kept looking at the clock even when I went back to bed, and I was looking at bed. I was like, how could that be? How could I miss so much time? But it all happened in that time amount. And I allowed it. And I stayed in the same position in my living room, in the same position the whole time. And it was just so loving. My body didn't hurt, even though I was in that position for hours. My body didn't hurt. I didn't feel any of that. I just allowed it. But I carried it back into this present state. There's a lot of times I have these such profound experiences. I don't express them. I don't share them, because people come on and then they put their energy on it, and then they, kind of downgrade it. Well, I'm not there anymore. I'm not playing that game anymore. My energy is who I am, and nobody can downgrade my energy. You can say and be and do whatever you want to choose to do with the frequency that I bring forward, but you can't do anything to downgrade it, because you're just showing a piece of you. That's all you're doing. Whatever, anything that is brought forward here, everybody's showing a piece of you, and all I see is light. Even the beings that are coming forward here, they're all bringing forward light. Each of you that are talking here, Jacqueline and Jeff and everyone who is here right now, Lori, Chad, everyone who is here right now, you are bringing forth your own codes and your own light and your own color, because you're choosing you. And you can feel that radiates inside of you. Well, each day as I go through my crazy experience, it keeps taking me to a place of me, no matter what that looks like. And it is. It's like, man, it's really, for me, it's hard to look at the old of the reality of, like when I go to somebody's house, or I go to another dimension, as I walk through my door and I go through another dimension, and I see how people live and how they connect themselves, and it's so dogmatic, it's so heavy, and I don't have a judgment to it, but it's just like, so, wow, I used to be there. That's how I feel. thank you that I'm not there anymore. Such gratitude. And I send love to them. And I just know that one day that they will get here. And it doesn't matter how that looks, because everybody's having their own experience. Even when they were showing me the fillers, when it was Dolores Cannon that brought it forward through me this morning. If you feel into that, she does. Wow, they're taking it from me. But she does. Wow, I can't even say the word. It's like on the tip of my tongue. But she puts you in a trance. So anyway, she through her 45 years, she's learned this through talking through people, through beings, through light beings. Well, she brought it forward, and I listened to her video, and I don't listen to a lot of videos because I don't want them to set in my subconscious. So I listen to a lot of tones, a lot of frequencies. But she really resonated. It was so amazing because I had this visualization, and then she came forward this morning and talked about that. Now, she called it the background people. Now, I called it the fillers of space and time, because that's how I feel it in me. And that's what I've noticed many times as I walk through my experience. But it also shows me each time that we're working through our own space and time, feel into the frequency. Because when you're in that place and it feels hard, feel into the frequency, because you can balance it. You can balance it to the highest potential of you. Even before you get there. Even as you're in the chaos, you can balance that energy. And I showed my daughter, who is always, she stays in her own little cage. She won't even go out to the world. And I told her, just trust. And she went into Walmart and she goes, I didn't even feel it. Because that's what we brought forward. I said a prayer real fast. I said, we're at the higher dimension. Nobody will feel it. There won't even be anybody there. Even the store looked very crowded on the outside. On the inside, we didn't see anybody. It was so powerful. And you have those abilities. And that's what I teach people to be. I teach people to help, be themselves. To teach to turn on their own senses of their own body, of their interbody. Not what's on exterior, but what's on their interbody. Because we are multiverse beings, and you are completely, every day shifting your world in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. What are you going to? What are you going to? What do I change? What do I change? It's through each breath, you keep residing into the highest potential of you. When you keep breathing, you keep allowing, you keep checking into yourself. You keep allowing your highest potential of you to keep coming forward. Yeah. And that's where this crazy journey of mine has keep taking me. Even though it looks amazingly beautiful from the outside, it's so crazy. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And the tree I am, and the rainbow bridge I am. We all have that in us. And there is a song with all of us. And I brought that forward, that video today. And to light that song in you. It's coming to the surface. Each one of you has a song in you. Because that's where you start, in the song in you, in the tune of you. And it's all surfacing with all in you. And so listen to the light language right now. Allow the song of you to be. Allow yourself to feel the song. Now, just breathe. Aina, ina, aina, ina, aina, ina, kanai. Aina, ina, aina, ina, aina, aina, aina. Aina, 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 aina. Many of you are hearing your ears ignite. A tune going into your ears. Blend with this tune that you are hearing, either in your heart, your body, your knowing, or your ears. Blend with this tone now. This is you. If you have allowed your frequency to blend in with this frequency here and now, this is you. You can feel the merging happening within your beingness. Breathe into that. Let the tone radiate throughout your body frame, through your cells, through the space of you. Let it ignite your light. Many are feeling this flow run through them. Connect to that. Anchor it in. Feel yourself. Feel yourself lighter and brighter, taller and stiller, calmer and connected. Allow this to run through your whole body frame, very much through the day. Connect back to this. And we'll take you on a journey of self to your own balance of you. You are ready. Breathe this in. Breathe in the light force energy of this seed. Let it grow. Let it expand you in such a way. You are ready. And it is so. And so it is. Breathe through this, beloved ones, Airion. I'm with you always. I do. I do. Solani. Bye-bye. Hey, everyone. Wow. Thank you. Thank you. My heart feels so big. Thank you, everyone. Thank you all for connecting. Thank you for choosing you. I send love. Subscribe to my channel. Send love and light. I send love.